So in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite things in marketing. And for me, it's like, and I'm sure for many other people, it is the marketing dream. It is being able to run ads to a low ticket product and make money. Because who doesn't just want to run ads all day, make sales, make money, have no fulfillment to worry about because the course just gets automatically delivered and, as people like to say, make money on autopilot, even though I fucking hate that term. But running low ticket funnels, so not like high ticket coaching or anything like that, but running low ticket funnels is, if you can get it right, one of the best things you can do for your business. And I'll explain why. Number one, if you can make it profitable on the front end, then awesome, you're just making money automatically. But number two is that the fact, even if you can just like break even on your low ticket funnel, it means you're getting customers for free, right? And people who have paid you, a customer, is much more valuable than a lead. Most people run ads on Facebook to generate leads and then try and sell them into the high ticket program. You're going to get much more conversions if you get customers for free and you upsell them onto your high ticket program. You're going to make a shitload more money. Obviously, it's harder to get the customers than it is to get a lead, which is why most people generate leads and not customers. But if you can get a low ticket funnel to become either profitable or break even, or just pay a little bit for each customer and lose a little bit of money on the front end, then it can be the best funnel you could ever create for your own business or create for your client's business. Now, the problem is it's fucking hard, right? It's one of the most difficult things to do, which is why not many people do it. And if people do attempt it, they just end up losing all of their money. So what I'm going to do, I've had quite a bit of experience with this. I've ran low ticket funnels that have been very successful, also ran low ticket funnels that haven't been very successful. So what I want to share with you is just a few different key elements that I believe right now a low ticket funnel needs in order for you to make it as profitable as possible. So number one, and I've written it down here, right? So I'm not going to make any mistakes. Number one is that less is more. See, what most people do, and it's kind of like got mixed up because of this whole like, well, I suppose like Russell Brunson, who is very much in the favor of, make a product and stack a load of bonuses on top of it. You've got obviously Alex Hormozi with $100 million offers, which is just like overload people with value. Now, with low ticket, it actually works a little bit different. What most people do is they will create a low ticket product, say it's like $47 or $17, and they will overload it with value, stack courses and courses on top of each other. They'll have like 1 million different bonuses. And they think that because it's so valuable that people are going to buy it. When in fact, that's very rarely the case. What you want to do is not try and solve every problem your customer has by overloading it with value, but solve one very small, specific problem and get them a fast result. Let me give you an example. So let's just say, for example, I was running ads, let's say I was scrolling my newsfeed and I saw an ad from an agency coach who was going to help me build an agency. And he had like an agency course and he was like, hey, get my full stack agency course for $17. I'm going to show you how to select a niche, how to get clients, how to fulfill for the client, scale your agency higher. I'm going to show you how to do everything. And for just $17, I'm going to show you how to build $1 million agency. Me looking at that, I'm never going to buy that because it's just kind of like unrealistic. It's only $17. So it's too much, right? I'm not going to believe that person. I don't want to get taught by that person. However, if I'm struggling to get clients from my agency and I see an ad in my newsfeed that says, hey, get this cold email script, get this proven cold email script that has helped me sign 287 clients in the last 6 months. It's just $17. I'll give you the script straight to your inbox. I'm much more likely to buy that product. Even though that product is the same price, but it's giving me so much less than the first offer, even if the first offer is really good, as the potential customer, I'm not going to believe it and I'm not going to buy it. But the fact that that second offer is so specific and it's solving one little pain point, plus it's only $17 and it's going to help me solve a problem very quickly, it means that I'm going to buy it. So a lot of the time with these low ticket products, less is more. And if you can have some form of like done for you element to it, it'll work even better. So for example, like a plug and play cold email script, email templates, ad templates, social media calendars, what others? I had some others written down as well. Like sales scripts, starter kits, copy and paste templates, fill in the blank templates. You get the point. Something that is tangible, quick, and kind of has a done for you element to it works extremely well versus trying to give them like this big, huge course, right? Because people aren't going to pay so little for so much information because they're just not going to value it or they don't think it's going to be any good. Okay? Now, there's another point that it links to that as well. So number one is less is more. Number two, you need to look at the risk of not only the cost of the product, but the time. So for example, if you are selling an agency, like we'll just stick with that example. If you're selling an agency course, right, for $17 and it's got like, you know, you think that adding more value is better. And you're like, there's like 50 plus hours of agency content for, you know, just $17. Come and get it now, right? I'm like, to get someone to dedicate 50 plus hours of their time to learn from you is an extremely large commitment. It requires a lot of trust. And it's very, very difficult. And we're talking about paid advertising to a cold audience here, okay? Organic, warm audience, a little bit different. But it's very difficult to create the trust and relationship with a potential prospect with just an ad and just a sales page to get them to commit to 50 plus hours. Because for me personally, I don't want to risk investing 50 plus hours learning from someone who could potentially suck, who might not have the right credibility, or just someone who I don't like. And I don't want to spend 50 hours of my life listening to someone. So if I'm just seeing you for the first time on the newsfeed, that is too big of a commitment. Again, even if it's $17, I get the commitment for the cost is low, which is a good thing, but the commitment of time is too good. I'm not like, someone isn't going to risk that much time of their life to learn from you if they don't have a good relationship with you, which again is why someone can't be bothered to buy your product, even if it's a good price, because they can't be bothered to risk going through the content and it being trash, right? So it's very difficult to build that relationship up versus what I just mentioned previously, the cold email script. Yeah, I'm willing to risk that. It's going to take me, less than 5 minutes to go through, it'll take me less than a minute to go through the script. It'll take me less than, 5-10 minutes to set it up in my Instantly account. So, and it's low cost. So with the more done for you, smaller offers, they convert better because low risk of time, low cost risk as well. So if you just want someone to buy spontaneously from the newsfeed, and that's one of the reasons why we keep the costs low, right? Because if you start selling a $97 product to $150 product, it becomes less of a spontaneous purchase, and it makes the customer have to think about, is this actually worth it? $17 product, for the most part, people will just spend that without like needing for the product to be amazing, right? It's a risk people are willing to take. With time, again, less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, less than 60 minutes, that's okay. But if you start putting on your long form sales page 100 plus hours of content to a complete stranger, they ain't going to buy that because the risk is too much. So number 2, low time risk and low cost risks. And then the third point is awareness. Now, this is a general rule, but I think it applies to most industries. There's obviously exceptions to the rule. But I believe that for these low ticket products, you want to target an audience that is already solution aware. So, for example, and it comes back to the time you have to build a relationship with this person. If I sell an Amazon FBA program and I'm teaching people how to make money with Amazon, let's just say it's like a biz op, like a beginner entry opportunity. If I'm selling them someone who is like problem aware, so they know they hate the 9-to-5 job, but they're not solution aware, i.e. they're not already sold on Amazon, or they're not really aware of Amazon FBA as a business opportunity. That means that in my ad and on my sales page, I not only have to get them convinced to buy from me, that I'm the perfect person to coach them. I have to try and convince them that obviously what I have is valuable. And then number 3, I have to actually convince them about Amazon FBA as a business model. And that's a lot of work to convince them of the business model and then have to convince them that what I have is valuable and me as a coach is valuable. Again, it's more and more challenging to do that if you've just got an ad and a sales page. It's why a lot of like the biz op space rely on webinars, VSLs, and phone calls to do that. Because a lot of the time you need more than just a random ad in the newsfeed and a sales page. Again, exceptions to the rule, but I'm speaking generally for everyone. Versus if I'm an Amazon FBA coach and I'm targeting someone who is already solution aware, so they're already aware that Amazon FBA is a potential business they could start to get out of their 9-to-5, or someone who has tried Amazon before and failed at it, right? That's going to be like my ideal customer. It's going to be a lot easier because I don't really have to convince them in the ad and on the sales page that Amazon is a good business to pursue because they've already been sold on that by someone else. I just now need to sell them on the thing that I have to sell, or me as a coach to help them. And obviously like that becomes very easy because you can do like Amazon, like I've never sold on Amazon, okay? So bear with me. Apologies if it's a bit incorrect, but you could sell like high demand product listings, right? A list of products that is on high demand in Amazon is 2024. That is very appealing to someone who has tried and failed at Amazon or someone who is looking to get into Amazon. If you're a complete beginner and you've never heard of Amazon FBA, then you're not even going to understand really what a top 100 product listing is, right? Or you could do like how to write high converting product descriptions on Amazon, right? That increase your conversions by 47%, whatever the number would be. Again, that's only going to be very appealing. Again, that's a good low ticket offer because low time risk, low cost risk, right? But the person, if it's going to someone who doesn't know what Amazon is, then they're not going to understand it. It's only going to appeal to someone who's already solution aware. So make it easier for yourself by only selling to people who are actually aware. It's the same, like, just to give you an example of what we're doing for one of our companies. We're in like the people that we work with is in like the law of attraction, manifestation space. And we have like a scripting starter kit, right? Now scripting, for you guys I don't know, is like a manifestation technique. We're not in the ad or on the sales page trying to sell people on scripting. We're targeting people who've already tried scripting and have failed, or tried other manifestation techniques and are aware of scripting but failed. Because now we're just like, hey, we don't have to sell them on scripting as the idea. We just need to sell them on the starter kit being super valuable for them. So it makes things so much easier. So to recap, for your low ticket products, the first one is probably one of the biggest mistakes I see, where they're trying to overload value. Less is more. It needs to be low time and cost risk. And you need to target a solution-aware audience. If you do those 3 things and you're a somewhat competent marketer and copywriter, you should be able to create good ads, good sales pages, and get low ticket products. Obviously, there's a ton of other stuff. I won't chat about it in this video because I don't want it to go on too long. But when it comes to, upsells, order bumps, how do you actually convert one of these low ticket customers into a higher ticket customer? This stuff, when I talk about this stuff, is pretty niche. Like, The videos that do better are when I talk about like Alex Hormozy, or I talk about like how to sign your first SMMA client, which is fine. I don't mind doing that content. But this stuff, when I go really specific on like funnels or marketing or copywriting or psychology, it's pretty niche. So basically what I'm saying is, if you guys actually want to hear more of this stuff, then let me know, and I can talk about maybe how I would ascend someone from a low ticket to a high ticket, or how I would build out the rest of the funnel. Because again, if you really want to maximize this type of funnel, you shouldn't just sell one product for $17. You need an order bump on the checkout page. You need at least one, maybe two upsells. Some people do more, but again, that is dependent on your niche and your market and the sophistication and sensitivity to sales. A lot goes into it, right? And then obviously you got to try and upsell them onto your high ticket as well. And there's a few strategies that we use for that. But yeah, if you guys would like to know that, then just let me know. And if you are thinking about making a low ticket product and selling a low ticket product, then hopefully this was helpful, because it's like, I'll be honest, like it's the biggest thrill for me, like the best feeling I've had as a marketer. I've kind of finished with the video, but I'm just going to ramble here. The biggest thrill I've had as a marketer is when I'm running these low ticket funnels, because it's just like a dopamine fucking party. I mean, you're not even making that much profit, but like if you're spending like $1,000 a day and you're making $1,000 a day in like low ticket sales, then your stripes going off every 20 minutes. And this is probably what like the e-com guys feel like with their Shopify store sales. And I've never built I've never like made money with a Shopify store. So I never felt what that was like. But I imagine it's what they feel like when they're seeing all these fucking Stripe notifications coming in every day. And it's a big thrill, right? You only really make money with these low ticket products on the back end when you can upsell someone, because of obviously ad costs are rising now. So it's kind of difficult to make like a substantial amount of money just selling low ticket info products with ads. But it's a good thrill. And like you're running ads, you're spending a shit ton of money, but you're also bringing a load in. And yeah, it's just a big thrill and it's great. But if you want to scale, like, because the good thing is you could be getting like, you could scale to like 100, you could scale to like 1,000 a day, you're spending 30 grand a month, and you're bringing in about 30K in low ticket sales. That's like, it depends on your pricing, but like hundreds of customers you're getting a month, right? You could convert easily 5 to 10% of those customers into high ticket sales, if not more, honestly, because they're so qualified and they're already consuming your stuff and learning from you and stuff like that as well. So if, let's just say, like the ideal scenario is, well, you obviously want to spend even more, but you can spend like $1,000 a day, 30K a month, bring in 30K a month, get hundreds of customers. And, then you could upsell those people onto like 5 to 10K programs, and, you bring in like 10 to 20 of those people, and you're making like over 100 grand a month profit. So that's like the idea. Execution is more difficult to get to that point. But if you have those 3 things that I talked about in the video, then it'll give you a very good shot. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Catch you on the next one.